All India Radio presents Morning News. Good morning. I am V. Ravi Kumar and with me Subhadra Ramachandran. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to inaugurate Sarayu-Kanal national project at Balrampur in Uttar Pradesh today. Prime Minister says centuries of colonial rule could not suppress democratic spirit of Indian people. Calls for more cooperation among democracies for inclusiveness. Chief of Defence Staff General Bipin Rawat cremated with full military honours. Daughters perform last rites. President Ramnath Kovind to review passing out parade at Indian Military Academy in Dehradun today. India airlifts 110 stranded Indian and Afghan nationals of Hindu and Sikh communities from Kabul. Also brings back holy scriptures including Guru Granth Sahib. Doordarshan to start airing Bhojpuri programs on DD Uttar Pradesh from today. US, Canada and UK impose sanctions against people and entities linked to China, Myanmar and North Korea for human rights violations. India's Jeremy Lalrenunga wins gold at Commonwealth Weightlifting Championship in Tashkent, and Divyansh Singh Pamar wins both senior and junior air rifle national titles in Bhopal. As India marches towards administering 150 crore vaccine doses against COVID-19, news about the new corona variant is also causing concern. In this situation, we appeal to our listeners to get fully vaccinated at the earliest and also help others get vaccinated. Please continue to follow these 3 simple steps to stay safe. Wear a face mask, maintain 2 gaz ki duri for social distancing, focus on hand and face hygiene. For any COVID-related information and guidance, contact national helpline numbers 011-2397-8046 and 1075. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will inaugurate the Sarayu-Kanal national project in Balrampol district of Uttar Pradesh today. In a series of tweets, Mr. Modi said this project will solve irrigation-related problems in eastern Uttar Pradesh and will be a boon to the farmers. He expressed shock that work on the Sarayu-Kanal national project began in 1978, but the project was never completed for decades. He stated that a project that was incomplete for 4 decades has been finished in 4 years. He said the swift work on the Sarayu-Kanal national project is in line with his government's commitment to complete long-pending projects and also harness water resources for the benefit of farmers and to further ease of living. More from our correspondent.
The project involves interlinking of 5 rivers, Ghagra, Saryu, Rapti, Badganga and Rohen. The project has been completed at a cost of around 10,000 crore rupees, of which around 50% funds were made available in the last 4 years. The project will provide assured water for irrigation purposes for over 14 lakh hectares of land and will benefit about 29 lakh farmers in over 6,200 villages. It will benefit 9 districts in eastern Uttar Pradesh: Bahraich, Shravasti, Balrampur, Gonda, Siddharthnagar, Basti, Sant Kabir Nagar, Gorakhpur and Maharajganj. The Saryu-Kanal national project starts from the Saryu barrage at Bahraich. The main canal is 318 km long and many sub-canals with a length of over 6,600 km have been linked to it. The project is among those 99 projects which Prime Minister Narendra Modi chose to complete. The project has come as a new hope to the farmers of the water-deficient eastern Uttar Pradesh. Aditya Shukla, AIR News, Balrampur.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi stressed on the need to constantly improve democratic practices and systems and continue to enhance inclusion, transparency and human dignity. He said democracies can meet the aspirations of citizens and celebrate the democratic spirit of humanity. The Prime Minister said India stands ready to join fellow democracies in those noble endeavours. Mr. Modi was delivering an address at the Summit for Democracy hosted by US President Joe Biden yesterday via video conferencing.
Centuries of colonial rule could not suppress the democratic spirit of the Indian people. It again found full expression with India's independence and led to an unparalleled story in democratic nation building over the last 75 years.
The Prime Minister highlighted that the Indian story has one clear message to the world that democracy can deliver, has delivered and will continue to deliver. He stated that democracy is not just about of, by or for the people, but also with the people and within the people.
The structural features like multi-party elections, independent judiciary and free media are important instruments of democracy. The basic strength of democracy is the spirit and ethos that lie within our citizens and our society.
The nation yesterday bid farewell to the country's first Chief of Defence Staff, General Bipin Rawat. General Rawat, along with his wife Madhulika, Brigadier L.S. Lidda and 10 other military personnel lost their lives in a chopper crash in Tamil Nadu on Wednesday. The mortal remains of General Rawat were laid to final rest with full military honours and a 17-gun salute at Brar Square Crematorium in Delhi Cantonment last evening. His last rites were performed along with his wife Madhulika Rawat. Our correspondent reported that their daughters Kritika and Tarini performed the last rites. Earlier, the mortal remains of General Rawat and his wife were kept at their official residence before cremation to allow people to pay respects. The nation also bid farewell to Brigadier L.S. Lidda. The last rites of Brigadier L.S. Lidda were performed at Brar Square in Delhi Cant. President Ramnath Kovind will review the passing out parade at prestigious Indian Military Academy IMA in Dehradun today. 387 gentlemen cadets will be passing out during the autumn term 2021 passing out parade today. This includes 68 foreign trainees from 10 countries. Last night, the President witnessed a light and sound show of IMA. Uttarakhand Governor Gurmeet Singh was also present on the occasion. The President had arrived in Dehradun yesterday evening. A special flight arrived at Delhi Airport from Kabul in Afghanistan yesterday, carrying 110 stranded persons. The special KAM air flight was arranged by India under Operation Devi Shakti. The External Affairs Ministry said the flight brought 10 Indians and 94 Afghans, including members of the Afghan Hindu-Sikh minority community. 9 children, including 3 infants, are among the evacuees. 3 Holy Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji from historical Gurudwaras in Afghanistan and ancient Hindu religious scriptures including Ramayana, Mahabharata and Bhagavad Gita were also brought to India by the flight. Union Minister Hardeep Singh Puri and BJP Chief JP Nadda carried the Guru Granth Sahib, which was brought by a Sikh delegation from historical Gurudwaras in Afghanistan. Talking to media before the departure of the flight from Kabul, one of the evacuees thanked the Indian government for ensuring safe evacuation.
आज असी खुशकिस्मत हाँ कि लगभग 3 महीनों के इंतजार तो बाद आज असी काबुल तो दिल्ली ਲਈ उड़ान भर रहे हैं। आज फसे भारतीयों के नाल हिंदू ਅਤੇ सिख धर्म नाल संबंधित एक नागरिकता ਨੂੰ एयरलिफ्ट किया जा रहा है। असी अफगानिस्तान तो 3 पवित्र श्री गुरु ग्रंथ साहिब जी महाराज ਅਤੇ आसमाई मंदिर काबुल के पुरातन हिंदू ग्रंथ पुस्तकां भी नाल लेके आ रहे हैं। भारत विचले सारे अफगान सिख गुरुद्वारा ਤੇ मंदिर कमेटियां ਅਤੇ सरकार ਦਾ बहुत-बहुत धन्यवाद।
Indian World Forum has thanked Prime Minister Narendra Modi for ensuring safe and smooth passage for the passengers.
India's COVID vaccination coverage has reached nearly 132 crore mark. The Health and Family Welfare Ministry said more than 68 lakh vaccine doses were administered till 7 p.m. yesterday. As part of the nationwide vaccination drive, the centre is supporting the states and union territories by providing them COVID vaccines free of cost. The National Technical Advisory Group on Immunization and National Expert Group on Vaccine Administration for COVID-19 are deliberating and considering scientific evidences regarding administration of booster dose of COVID-19 vaccines. In a written reply in Lok Sabha yesterday, the Minister of State for Health and Family Welfare, Dr. Bharati Praveen Pawar said, more than 60 countries across the world are providing booster doses of COVID-19 vaccine. She said, Central Drug Standard Control Organization has granted permissions to Bharat Biotech and Biological E for conduct of clinical trials for administration of booster dose.
You are listening to the morning news on All India Radio. A reminder of the headlines before we move on. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to inaugurate Sarayu-Kanal national project at Balrampur in Uttar Pradesh today. Prime Minister says centuries of colonial rule could not suppress the democratic spirit of Indian people. Calls for more cooperation among democracies for inclusiveness. Chief of Defence Staff General Bipin Rawat cremated with full military honours. Daughters performed last rites. President Ramnath Kovind to review passing out parade at Indian Military Academy in Dehradun today. India airlifts 110 stranded Indian and Afghan nationals of Hindu and Sikh communities from Kabul. Also brings back holy scriptures including Guru Granth Sahib. Doordarshan to start airing Bhojpuri programs on DD Uttar Pradesh from today. US, Canada and UK impose sanctions against people and entities linked to China, Myanmar and North Korea for human rights violations. India's Jeremy Lalden Nunga wins gold at Commonwealth Weightlifting Championships in Tashkent. And Divyan Singh Pawar wins both senior and junior air rifle national titles in Bhopal. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts.
Maharashtra's Minority Affairs Minister and NCP leader Nawab Malik has tendered an unconditional apology to the Bombay High Court for his remarks against NCB Zonal Director Samir Wankhede and his family. This comes after Samir Wankhede's father, Jnandev Wankhede, approached the court stating that the minister had willfully breached his undertaking given before the division bench of Justices S.J. Kathawala and Milind Jadhav. It may be recalled that Mr. Malik had given an undertaking stating that he will refrain from making any defamatory statements against Jnandev Wankhede and his family members till a defamation suit filed by the latter is heard by the court. While the court took on record the affidavit and accepted the apology, the bench said that Mr. Malik, being a minister, should use proper forums to raise grievances against any public officer.
Doordarshan will start various programs in Bhojpuri from today. Bhojpuri is spoken in regions of eastern Uttar Pradesh and western Bihar. Apart from Bhojpuri dialect, local traditions, art and literature will also be promoted in the programs. People of these two regions are excited after their demands for programs in Bhojpuri language got fulfilled. Information and Broadcasting Minister Anurag Singh Thakur tweeted a video in Bhojpuri language. He said in his video, "It is a matter of great pleasure that from today, a special program of 1 hour will be broadcast every day in Bhojpuri language from 11 to 11:30 a.m. and from 8 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. from Doordarshan Station Gorakhpur on DD Uttar Pradesh."
हम सबे खातिर बड़ा खुशी के दिन बाटे 11 दिसंबर से दूरदर्शन उत्तर प्रदेश पर रहुआ सबे आपन माटी के बोली भोजपुरी के कार्यक्रम देखब जा। भोजपुरी बोली के मिठास के ता सब केहू कायल बा ओकरे पर जब भोजपुरिया गीत गवनाई आपन क्षेत्र के छाती पर आपन सामाजिक सांस्कृतिक मूल्यन के मुताबिक कार्यक्रम देखे के मिली।
Mr. Thakur and Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath had earlier inaugurated the Satellite Centre at DD Gorakhpur Station on the 3rd of this month. The program will spread the culture and dialect of these regions. Viewers will be able to watch the program through DTH services. The program will air Bhojpuri culture, folk songs and short dramas. It will also cover issues concerning women.
The News Services Division brings glimpses of the year that was in our special year-ender series. Today we are taking a look at how the government machinery acted quickly to spread awareness about coronavirus throughout the country. The important thing at that time was to ensure that panic was not created among the masses. For this, Prime Minister Narendra Modi addressed the nation many times and urged people not to panic and follow COVID-appropriate protocols. Announcing lockdown of the nation in March last year, the Prime Minister had stressed on the importance of social distancing. He had also appealed to the people to beware of any kind of rumors or superstitions circulating during that time.
हमें घर से बाहर नहीं निकलना है, चाहे जो हो जाए, घर में ही रहना है। सोशल डिस्टेंसिंग प्रधानमंत्री से लेकर के गांव के छोटे से नागरिक तक सबके लिए कोरोना से तभी बचा जा सकता है जब घर की लक्ष्मण रेखा न लांघी जाए। हमें इस महामारी के वायरस का संक्रमण रोकना है, इसके फैलने की चेन को तोड़ना है।
Arogya Setu app was also used to spread awareness and connect essential COVID-19 related health services to the people. The government asked states to sensitize and facilitate the panchayats and rural local bodies to tackle the challenge. Massive involvement of volunteers was seen from local communities for the awareness campaigns, including elected panchayat representatives, teachers and ASHA workers. More from our correspondent.
India is a large country and disseminating information to the person standing at the last mile is not an easy task. COVID was an entirely unheard of disease and it was of extreme importance to spread awareness about it at the earliest. government reached out to the people and spread its message of Jan Andolan through hoardings, wall paintings, electronic display boards, involvement of local and national influencers. Campaign on Jan Andolan for COVID-19 appropriate behavior was launched in October last year. Caller tunes were also used for creating public awareness. Social media was extensively used to disseminate the message of COVID-19 health protocol. The media did an exceptional job in spreading awareness and acted as a valuable stakeholder in helping government in its initiatives. The very fact that over 50% of the adult population has taken both doses of the vaccine attests to the success of public awareness campaigns. Suparna Saikya, AIR News, Delhi.
And now let's listen to our special program Azadi Ka Safar, highlighting the importance of the day during the freedom struggle.
Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav.
Azadi Ka Safar with AIR News. Birth of a Nation. India's glorious freedom struggle is one of the greatest struggles the modern world has ever witnessed. AIR News brings you a glimpse of the struggle every day. In today's episode, we remember freedom fighter and the pioneer of modern Tamil poetry, Subramania Bharati, who was born on the 11th of December, 1882. Popularly known as Bharatayar, his works, including fiery songs, kindled patriotism during the Indian independence movement. He also worked towards the emancipation of women and so-called lower castes.
Bharatayar was a champion of women's rights, and he believed that women were the propagators of civilization and the preservers of culture. He wrote that women must write the laws and lead the society. In Bharatayar's own words, Vivekananda's disciple, Sister Nivedita, taught him the meaning of true service to the nation. As a mark of respect, Bharatayar dedicated the first volume of his national songs to her.
Bharatayar covered political, social and spiritual themes. The songs and poems composed by him have become staples in the literary and musical repertoire of Tamil artists throughout the world. He paved the way for modern blank verse and wrote many books, including Kananpatta, Songs to Krishna, Panchali Sapdam, Panchali's Vow, and Kuyal Patta, Koyal Song.
Anji Anji Chavar, Ivaranjada Purulile, Avanile, Anji Anji Chavar, Ivaranjada Purulile.
India Post issued a commemorative stamp in his honor in 1960. All India Radio salutes the great nationalist and people's poet.
पिंजरे के पंछी रे टूट गई है माला मोती कोई लाख करे चतुराई.
We also remember Rashtrakavi Pradeep, who died on 11th of December 1998. Born as Ramachandra Dwivedi on the 6th of February 1915 in Barnagar, Madhya Pradesh, Kavi Pradeep started writing and reciting poetry at a very early age. After enthralling audiences and gatherings in his home state with his inimitable style, he was invited to a Kavi Sammelan in Bombay, where he was offered his first film, Kangan, by Himanshu Rai of Bombay Talkies.
His next film was Bandhan in 1940, of which Pradeep wrote all the songs, including the most notable Chal Chal Re Naujawan, which made waves since the Indian freedom movement was at a crucial juncture. Later in 1943, movie Kismat reverberated the Quit India call through the patriotic song आज हिमालय की चोटी से फिर हमने ललकारा है, दूर हटो ए दुनिया वालों, हिंदुस्तान हमारा है।
आज हिमालय की चोटी से फिर हमने ललकारा है, दूर हटो दूर हटो दूर हटो ए दुनिया वालों, हिंदुस्तान हमारा।
गांधी जी ने जब 42 में क्विट इंडिया का स्लोगन दिया कि करो या मरो, तो हम एक पिक्चर बना रहे थे किस्मत में। मैंने एक गाना लिखा तो मैंने कहा दुनिया वालों को तो रहने दो, लेकिन दूसरे स्टेंजा के अंदर कि शुरू हुआ है जंग तुम्हारा, जाग उठो हिंदुस्तानी, तुमने किसी के आगे झुकना, जर्मन हो या जापानी। और फिर आज सभी के लिए हमारा यही कौमी नारा है, दूर हटो दूर हटो दूर हटो ये दुनिया वालों, हिंदुस्तान हमारा है।
Kavi Pradeep is among the handful of patriots who always thought of nation first. The strong morale-boosting words of "Ae Mere Watan Ke Logon" gave solace to a nation agonized in the aftermath of 1962 India-China war.
He donated his lifetime royalty of the song "Ae Mere Watan Ke Logon" to the war widows of the Indian Army. We salute this patriot poet whose songs still imbue every Indian with nationalistic zeal.
That brings us to the end of this episode of Azadi Ka Safar with AIR News. See you in the next episode tomorrow.
Best wishes to all consumers for Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. Hallmark ensures purity of gold. Always purchase Hallmark gold jewelry. For any consumer-related complaints, please contact National Consumer Helpline toll-free number 14404. Issued in public interest by Department of Consumer Affairs, Government of India. Jago Grahak Jago. The United States has imposed extensive human rights-related sanctions on dozens of people and entities tied to China, Myanmar and North Korea. The U.S. also added Chinese artificial intelligence company SenseTime Group, specializing in facial recognition technology, to an investment blacklist. The sanctions are intended to freeze the targeted people and entities out of the global financial system. Canada and the United Kingdom joined the US in imposing sanctions related to human rights abuses in Myanmar, while Washington also imposed the first new sanctions on North Korea under President Joe Biden's administration and targeted Myanmar military entities, among others, in action marking Human Rights Day.
Saudi Arabia government has banned the Tablighi Jamaat, calling it one of the gates of terrorism. Saudi Islamic Affairs Ministry has directed the mosques to warn people during Friday's sermon against the Tablighi Jamaat. The government has also warned people against associating with the Tablighi Jamaat, which has been banned in Saudi Arabia. Saudi government has also asked mosques to inform people about the danger that Tablighi Jamaat poses to the society. India's teenage weightlifting sensation Jeremy Lalrinunga won the gold medal in the men's 67 kg category at the Commonwealth Championships in Tashkent yesterday. Earlier, Guru Raja won the silver medal in the men's 61 kg among Commonwealth nations after lifting a total weight of 265 kg with 117 kg in snatch and 148 kg in clean and jerk. He was 8th on the overall world leaderboard. The Commonwealth Weightlifting Championships also serve as qualifying event of the 2022 Commonwealth Games in Birmingham. The gold medalists in each weight category in the Commonwealth Weightlifting Championships directly qualify for the 2022 Commonwealth Games, and the rest will qualify through Commonwealth rankings.
In the 64th National Shooting Championship held in Bhopal, former world number 1 Divyan Singh Pamar won both the senior and junior air rifle gold medals, putting on an impressive show. After topping the qualification with 630.3 points, Divyansh beat Maharashtra's Rudraksh Patil by 0.7 points to clinch the gold. Shrude Hazarika beat Shahu Tushar Mani to bag the bronze medal, while Rudraksh scored 249.3 points. Hazarika managed to finish third with a score of 228.2 points. Divyansh also won the junior gold after beating Rudraksh once again with a better margin of 1 point. He shot 252.2 in the junior final as Rudraksh settled for silver with 251.2.
Now let us take a look at the weather forecast for today. The national capital Delhi will have shallow fog. The temperature will vary between 9 and 24 degrees Celsius. Mumbai will have a partly cloudy sky. The minimum temperature was 22 degrees Celsius, while the maximum is expected to be around 34 degrees. Chennai is expected to witness a generally cloudy sky with light rain. The temperature will vary between 25 and 32 degrees Celsius. Kolkata will have a mainly clear sky. The city observed minimum temperature of 17 degrees Celsius and a maximum of around 27 degrees. Srinagar and Jammu will have fog in the morning and a mainly clear sky later. Leh and Gilgit are likely to witness a mainly clear sky. Muzaffarabad will have a sunny sky. Visakhapatnam, Puducherry and Bengaluru will have a generally cloudy sky with light rain. Hyderabad will witness generally cloudy sky with 1 or 2 spells of rain or thunder showers. Thiruvananthapuram will have a partly cloudy sky with possibility of moderate rain or thunderstorm. Guwahati and Aizawl will have fog in the morning and mainly clear sky later. Imphal will have dense fog and Shillong will witness shallow fog.
And now an overview of today's newspapers. Rawat cremated with 17 guns, saluted emotional funeral, says Hindustan Times. Tears, salutes and brave smiles as families bid final farewell is the Times of India headline. The Asian Age quotes the Prime Minister saying that democracies must jointly shape global norms for cryptocurrency and social media. Quoting from the same address, the Economic Times headline says, independent judiciary, free media important in a democracy. Omicron rise alarming, use masks, urges government, warns the Pioneer headline. The paper adds that Omicron spread from 2 countries to 59 countries in 2 weeks. The Asian Age reports that a 3-year-old kid is among 7 new Omicron cases in Maharashtra. India will rely on indigenous data for vaccine booster shots, writes the Hindu Business Line, quoting Niti Aayog member Health B.K. Paul. Financial Express report that government has sanctioned ₹23,000 crore to complete stuck housing projects. And finally, Times of India report the Indians looking for a pair of shoes soon may have an Indian measure instead of the US, UK or EU size charts. Hopefully the revision would result in footwear that's more comfortable.
And now before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to inaugurate Sarayu-Kanal national project at Balrampur in Uttar Pradesh today. Prime Minister says centuries of colonial rule could not suppress democratic spirit of Indian people, calls for more cooperation among democracies for inclusiveness. Chief of Defence Staff General Bipin Rawat cremated with full military honours. Daughters perform last rites. President Ramnath Kovind to review passing out parade at Indian Military Academy in Dehradun today. India airlifts 110 stranded Indian and Afghan nationals of Hindu and Sikh communities from Kabul. Also brings back holy scriptures including Guru Granth Sahib. Doordarshan to start airing Bhojpuri programs on DD Uttar Pradesh from today. US, Canada and UK impose sanctions against people and entities linked to China, Myanmar and North Korea for human rights violations. India's Jeremy Lal Ranunga wins gold at Commonwealth Weightlifting Championships at Tashkent, and Divyan Singh Pawar wins both senior and junior air rifle national titles in Bhopal. And with that, we end the morning news. Have a nice day.